I said, the next thing that I will be talking about before I get into the sports world is the school shooting that happened at Apalachee High School in Georgia. Let me go ahead and pull it up for y'all. Apparently, 4 people had ended up getting killed by this school shooter, 14-year-old school shooter at that, Colt Gray, that is his name. And like 20 people, 30 people actually were injured in the school shooting. This is the school shooter was accused of killing 4 people and injuring. Now they say 9 others in the Wednesday morning shooting. Gray was previously investigated in a connection with threats to carry out a school shooting. As previously reported, the suspect, then 13, was a possible suspect in a connection with threats made online last year using photos of guns. The FBI Atlanta field office said in a joint statement with the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, reported by the Washington Post. State authorities interviewed Gray in May of 2023 by law enforcement officers in neighboring Jackson County who were investigating online threats to carry out a school shooting. At the time, Gray expressed concern that someone is accusing him of threatening to shoot up the school, stating that he would never such a thing, even in a joking matter. According to records of the investigation by the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, which had received a tip from the FBI about a threat to open fire in a local middle school. During the time, Gray's father told investigators he had hunting guns in his home, but his son did not have unsupervised access to them. According to the statement, Gray is currently being held in the Department of Juvenile Justice, and they charged him as an adult, and they also charged the dad too with 2 counts. I think it was 2 counts of murder, involuntary manslaughter and murder. We'll go ahead and show you the video. But the crazy thing with all of this kid, 14 years old, Colt Gray, he was new to the district, as I'm fixing to show you in this video. He was new to the district. He was only there for 2 days. The 3rd day was the day that he shot up the school. He was new to the district. That Wednesday, that was his 2nd day. That was the 2nd day there. And then the day after that, he shot it up. And he made threats, as y'all saw. He made threats last year about it. So he made threats that he was going to shoot up a school. Then moves to a whole new district, only there for 3 days, and shoots it up. This is crazy. So I want y'all to just listen to this video that I'm fixing to play, and then I will give my whole opinion on all of it.
This morning, the accused school shooter at the courthouse.
In essence, you are charged with 4 counts of felony murder, as outlined in the state warrants that have been issued against you.
14-year-old Colt Gray facing a judge in Georgia just hours ago after the deadly morning that left 4 people dead, including 2 students and 2 teachers. Gray's father, Colin, also appearing in front of the court. Overnight, the father was charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, 2 counts of second-degree murder, and 8 counts of cruelty to children.
These charges stem from Mr. Gray knowingly allowing his son, Colt, to possess a weapon.
Wow.
Investigators this morning are still searching for a motive, indicating Gray was a brand new student to the district. Wednesday, just his 2nd day at the high school. Barrow County Sheriff Judd Smith crediting a new safety app which was implemented at the school just last week with the quick response from police and with saving lives.
They have a button on that ID and they press it so many times and it alerts us where that incident is occurring.
This was one of the 14-year-old kids that go to the school.
And then I had got up. When I had got up, I had saw one of my classmates on the ground bleeding so bad. And then when I had moved myself to the other side of the room because the bookshelf I was hiding behind, it was right in front of the door. So I had moved to the other side, to like this side with my friend. I was checking on my other friend because he got grazed in his leg.
And you're so young. You're how old?
14.
That's so much to have to process. in
Fact.
class where you're supposed to feel safe.
Yeah.
How are you doing now? I mean, what's going through your mind?
Like, it just keep replaying back in my head. I just thank God that I wasn't the one that got hit, you know. Like, in the midst of all of it happening, I was just thanking God because, you know, he had his hands around me and stuff like that. Because I could have been the one that got hit.
So this 14-year-old, man, imagine just being 14, 13, any age really, and having to go through a traumatizing experience like that. And you'll never forget anything like that because that could have been him. You never think that a school shooting can happen at your school. You see all over the news of school shootings, but you'll never think that it will happen at your school. And then when it does, it's just full panic and it's just traumatizing, like, to a 14-year-old kid. And he just said, in the midst of all of it happening, I was just thanking God. And that's all he can do because he could have got shot. So many people got shot in the whole situation. And it's just, what are these gun laws? How are these kids getting these guns and having so much access to them? Like, it even said that the mama warned the school. It said that the mama warned the school that a school shooting was going to happen. The dad knew that the shooting was going to happen, didn't say anything. Now they saying that he's going to be charged. Well, he might be sentenced. Well, he faces 180 years in prison. Face 180 years in prison for him knowing about the whole situation. There should be no reason why a 14-year-old has a gun. Point blank, period. Then let alone they knew, the parents knew, he's new to the district, and they were already aware, whatever school district he had came from, that he had threatened the school to shoot it. It's like, how is this kid not on high alert? How is this kid able to have a gun in his bag, go undetected, and all of that? And it's like, I don't know if there's a way to fully immune a school from a school shooting, because if you think about it, if you try and pay all of these cops to be at your school, that's going to be money. Having metal detectors may be, but even that is money because it's not a disciplinary school. It's just a public school. Not all public schools is going to have metal detectors. But I will say there has to be something enforced so that way these kids that won't have weapons, whether that's you check bags or you got to do something. You have to do something because there should be no reason why kids nowadays are just being able to bring guns or bring weapons to school. And then any time that you get a threat that a school shooting may happen, you have to go on high alert. You just had Uvalde that just happened in Texas. You have all of these school shootings that happen, and they're happening too frequently. And it's even worse that these parents are sick. I'm glad that at least he got charged because these parents are sick for allowing their kid to walk into school with a gun. Do you not know how crazy that is? You letting your kid walk to school with a gun just to shoot kids. These are kids. Innocent kids, innocent teachers, innocent everybody at that school, just innocent. And I'm glad that he's getting charged with as an adult. Make an example out of him. 14 years old, I don't care that he's 14. You're taking the lives of so many people and hurting so many people and traumatizing so many people. They will remember this for the rest of their lives. They'll remember this for the rest of their lives. And it's just like someone like him, it's like he looks like something was going on with him. Like he had a troubled past or something like that. Like, it doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't make sense. But is there a way that you can prevent school shootings? I don't think you can 100% prevent it because anything can happen. There could be no matter how hard you highly enforce something, there'll still be somebody that will try and break the system. They'll try and break the system. It'll be one person. You can be as hard, you can enforce so many laws. It's gonna get broke one way or another. So with that being said, it's like the best thing that you can do is probably check bags. That's probably the best thing that you can do. Maybe have metal detectors. Now that school has to have metal detectors. But you can't pay all of these officers to be at one school, let alone a whole district. It's so much money. It's so much money. In a school district, I don't think they have enough for that. They may have enough for that, but you got to think they have to put it in other things. Have to put it in athletic program, all the employees. They have to put it in so much other things. And yes, security is one of them, but when you have to spread it out between so many things that a school district has to pay for it, curriculum, all of that, it's going to be hard to, have the right amount of people to enforce safety. It's going to be hard. And all kids want is to feel safe, and all parents want is for their kids to feel safe at school, not having to worry about getting a text message of, hey, there's a school shooting, help. Then the parents have to drive to the school with a possibility that their baby ain't up. Or the teachers now have a possibility that if they do have kids or a family, they won't see them again, all because of a school shooting. School is supposed to be a place where you feel safe, where you learn, get your education, make friends, have fun. Especially at a high school, this is the last 4 years before you're off to the real world. This is like your last time being a kid. You're not thinking about, oh, this may be my last day. You're not thinking about none of that. Like, a school shooting at a high school is bad, middle school is bad, elementary is overall just bad. And it's just like, man, what can we do? Like, yes, you can restrict, you can make gun laws more stricter and all of that, because I'm in a state where the gun laws are very lax. You can make it strict, but a person will find a gun no matter where it comes from. It could come off on the street. No matter how strict the laws are, someone can get a gun from anywhere. You can get a gun from anywhere. And it's just like the fact that these parents knew about it, and I don't know how he got the gun. I don't know the full background story on how he ended up getting the gun, but he got an AR style rifle and just shot up the school. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And it's unacceptable. How many school shootings are we going to have in order for there to be some sort of change? Just something that could help make these kids feel safe. Because now I personally, like, bro, if I had a kid, I wouldn't feel safe. Like, I would not go back to that same school that a school shooting was at. Granted, a school shooting can happen anywhere, but still, like, that'll be too traumatizing. Why go back to that same school where it had got shot up at? You're going to be too much on your toes as a parent. And you're going to be too much on your toes as a high schooler, as a kid. So it's like, I don't know what you can do. I really don't. Check bags, metal detectors. You can try and get more cops, but it's too much money. You could try and bring dogs in there. It's too much money. Now, a dog isn't going to smell no gun, but, like, any, like, drugs or whatever, like, but it's too much. It's too much money. So I do want to say rest in peace to all of the victims, and I pray that everybody that was, hurt in this school shooting can recover, have a successful recovery, and be able to go back to work. be able to go back to work. Like being charged, the dad being charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, 2 counts of second degree murder, and 8 counts of cruelty to children. He deserves every bit of it. Deserves every bit of it. And I hope this kid gets the worst of it. The worst of the worst. Like, he should never be. I feel like anybody that shoots up a school, anybody that kills, to me, I feel like shouldn't get out. Because you took somebody's life. You took somebody's life, so why should you feel like you deserve a second chance if you kill somebody? If it ain't self-defense. So, this person, this kid, and he's 14, like, it's crazy because he's younger than me. Seeing these little kids, like, do this is like, dang, like, you ain't too far from me, but it's like, you're this dangerous. Like, even with him being 14 years old, I still don't believe that he should be able to get out, have another chance at life. Now, is he? You know, depending on the judge, they may give him another chance. They may give him another chance because he's 14. You know, granted, he's still young. He hasn't lived life. He may get out when he's, I don't know, 60. Good behavior. Who knows? It depends on the judge. But me personally, I don't think he should get out. I don't think he should get out at all. Let me know down in the comment section what y'all think. But the dad, for sure, he shouldn't get out. I think the mama should be charged. You got to look up the whole family. You got to look at the background because there's no reason why a school shooting would happen. If he killed all these people and he's a kid, so you got to look at the background. Got to look at his upbringing, the mama, the dad, the granny, the pawpaw if you have one, all of that. You got to look at all of the signs. Where could this have came from? Does he play shooting video games, and does he think that goddamn the video game you can do it in real life? Does he play Call of Duty? You know what I'm saying? Does he do something like that? Like, what in his right mind will make him do that? It's just questions on top of questions. How did he get the gun? Like, what was his motive? Because there still isn't no motive with this. Did he just do it just because? There's so many questions to it. So many questions to it. So, yeah, I will just say rest in peace to all of the family members. Hopefully there's a change. There needs to be a change. Point blank, period. Needs to be a change. So, rest in peace to the victims. And I hope that all of the people that got shot have a successful recovery and is able to go back to work.